Good morning. My name is Abe Davis, Operations Chief with the Alaska Incident Management Team, and I'm going to give you your Friday, August 21st operational briefing here on the Mukluk fire in Tok, Alaska. Brief overview of the last 24 hours. Yesterday, we did see some moderated conditions across the fire area. A little bit of cloud cover come in, decreased winds. But on today's perimeter, and with the data reporting today, you're going to see an increase of acreage. That's due to accurate mapping we were able to do. We were able to get around and fly the perimeter last night, get an updated. So we're at 7,426 acres today, 12% containment. That containment dropped due to the increased acreage. All the line that we've had is all holding. Happy to report that. Just around the horn on the fire here in the main priority area, the fire where we've got the bulk of our resources here. Containment efforts continue to go really well along there. As I mentioned yesterday, we have dozer line around pretty much the entire southern portion of this fire. Crews in there working, securing line, and starting to continue to work around the structures and just reinforcing the efforts that have already been put into there and improving. And there's a lot of work in there. That work's going to continue. Moving out along the flanks of the fire and up to the north on the east side, we had bulldozers continuing to push. They started to wrap around this most eastern finger here yesterday. They have a crew in there stringing out hose and mopping up. And additionally, we were able to get a boat in yesterday. We did get a couple of spot fires out on an island here in the Tanana River, and one small spot fire that actually crossed the Tanana River. We were able to get smoke jumpers out on those spots and secure those. And so we've got a handle on that. Today we'll be looking for any additional that we may not have seen. Over here on the west flank, we had dozers continuing to push north on that. We were reinforcing that with the air tankers, air scoopers. Had a lot of things flying yesterday. And then also we had the Midnight Sun hotshot crew over there. Securing behind the dozers, stringing out hose, and doing some good work there. Additionally, we were assessing some of the existing fuel breaks north of Tok and the efforts that we may need to use those in the future if this fire were to turn around and come back from the north. So we're getting a plan together for that. Overall, though, pretty moderate conditions on the fire area yesterday. We were able to capitalize on that, get a lot of progress done out on the control lines. Overnight, we received roughly a tenth of an inch of rain, depending on where you're at here in Tok Valley. That's definitely moderated conditions here this morning, but given the drought conditions we have out there, we anticipate that this fire will show itself again as soon as things dry out and we get a little bit of wind picked up. We do have a cold front passage in the forecast starting tomorrow night. We anticipate we would see a little bit of a northerly influence on those winds. And a bit of a change in the weather pattern. That is also forecasted with some lower temperatures and some higher relative humidities. But with those north winds, it'll definitely test our lines over here on the west side. So we're taking precaution and making planning efforts around that. Aside from that, there's been no change or updates to the evac layers. Those still remain the same with our primary area of concern here in Go. That's between Sundog Trail, 5th Street, north of Alcan Highway up to the Red Fox Road. So that still remains in a Go, and definitely a high level of concern for any public coming back in there and the threat that exists with the fire weakened trees and the ash pits and some of the residual heat that remains in there. We will talk to you all again tomorrow. Thank you.